Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our Bakers at Home edition. We're here again with Baker Byrne, and you can see this morning she's prepping all her stuff for her homemade Newfoundland molasses bread. And into this mixture now she has some currants and cinnamon and all the other necessary ingredients, and she's just added the flour. Okay, and as you can see, she has all the different stuff lined up, ready to go in through it. So we'll take you through the process. So as you can see here, she's stirring not overly vigorously, but trying to get a good consistency through her mixture. Now, she's wearing her Newfoundland apron, of course. Oh wait, hold on, she's just added some wet liquid into the dry ingredients. And what are you doing here?
Yeast.
This is yeast, okay? This is your active ingredient, I'm assuming, right? And she's stirring up her container just to make sure everything is all coming out of here. And she's going to be adding this till she gets an even consistency in the bowl. And here she's just adding those other little ingredients she had on the side, like butter, margarine. And that gives the bread a nice texture on when it's finalized. Oh, in goes the molasses. Look, the molasses has gone into her, boy. And she's going to stir that into the mixture now as well. This will give the darkness to the bread versus the white. And now she's added some more water. And as you can see, she's rinsing out her mug to get all the molasses out. She don't want to be wasting anything. Now the stirring process begins. She's going to mix all that together, right? With her poor old arthritis hands, look. She's a good bread maker, though. And as you can see, she'll keep stirring that now, and now she starts to add more flour as she goes. And she'll continue to do that until eventually it becomes at a thicker consistency. As you can see, now the texture of her bread dough is constantly changing. It's getting thicker and thicker. And she'll continue that process until all the flour is properly incorporated into the mixture. Now this process takes a little bit longer than usual because, like I said, she has to get an even doughy consistent to her bread dough. And as you can see, she's trying to be very careful as well because her fingernails, they're all ready for wing night tonight, see? And she don't want to screw them up, so she's watching carefully with that as well. So as you can see, it's coming together nicely. You can see the raisins populated. And by you won't want your records on to find the raisins in this one this morning, because she got enough in there. As you can see now, she has dropped the spoon and added her hands to the mixture. And as you can see, she's sort of kneading it. But look at her hands, like the poor old dear, my dear. She's managed to do it, though, all the same, as bad as what her hands are. And she still keeps adding a bit of flour, a little bit at a time, to give it that thickness that she's trying to achieve here. Very shortly now, you'll be able to see one big ball of dough when she gets it all incorporated. And we will show you that shortly. We're just taking our time. As we said, the process takes long. She's feeling out the dough as she's going, as you can see. Now the pan has done its job here in this part of the process. And as you can see now, she has dumped the whole dough mixture onto her counter.
Because I can't knead it with my hands.
No, she can't knead it with her hands in the bowl, so she's going to be folding it in. We put that aside over here, because that's no longer needed. Now, as you can see, look at her go. right? She is kneading it in bit by bit, rolling and rolling and
Stretching the glutes.
stretching the glutens. That's what she says. Yeah, glutens she is, right? Supposed to be gluten free, but not this one, my dear. This will put the pounds on you. So she's sprinkling a little bit of flour as she goes. She's trying to get that really good consistency. Now we'll see how that looks now shortly. Look, my dear, she's giving her this morning. That's just because it's Friday morning, see? 6 o'clock Friday morning, my dear. She's getting all ready for the night. And she's scraping it from her fingers, too, at the same time. She don't want to waste none of that precious dough. Now, normally in this recipe, people use raisins, but she has discovered over the years that it's best to use currants. And look, they look very good into the texture as well, right? She's going to be very careful of all that dough. She needs to get it in. She don't need any stuck underneath her fingernails, just in case she gets a man tonight at wing night. And he'd be saying to her, "What's underneath your nails, my dear?" Now, this bread is different than regular breads because this is molasses bread. And because of all the raisins and the molasses, this takes much longer in the rising process, which we are about to begin. Because this is soon going to be transferred back into the preparation bowl, where she will let it rise for several hours.
2.
Oh, 2 hours, is it? Okay, my dear. And here she is. She's doing now the finding, kneading, and kneading, is it? Kneading and folding process. Yeah, look how beautiful it's starting to come together, my dear. My dear, she got enough here this morning to feed an army. Right? That's how much dough she got going on here this morning. And look, as you can see, she's patting it down. She's feeling it out. Still sprinkling it with a little bit of flour to get rid of that stickiness. And now she's about to flip her back into the pan. She's got her butter already into it. And this will then stay in for an hour or two, whatever, until it gets risen. And here she goes, back into the pan. Just look at that, my dear. Look. It looks lovely, it does. As you can see, the nice consistency of the currants evenly spread throughout. And she's just cleaning off her thing. And she'll sprinkle that over that like that. Yeah, looks good. So now we're going to let this set aside for a few hours, and then we will be back later with our second video of the process where she's going to transfer it to the baking pans. Are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Covered. See, you get your coat or blanket and then put over that because it's cold here this morning. Okay, my dear. We'll talk to you later.